Hello, Facebook Live. Steve Sipress here for Thursday, April 27th, 2017. Just got back from the end of a fantastic three-day conference, Icon 2017, hosted by the company Infusionsoft. There's the guide to the event, Icon, hosted by Infusionsoft. Doesn't even say it on there. Oh, there it is on the back, on the bottom. Great. And you can get to the next one for only $250, plus airfare, hotel, gas, parking, whatever you got to do from wherever you are. Highly recommend you do, and here's why. I have been with you over the past few days sharing some strategies and tactics and tips on how to get the most out of attending a conference, and I'm here with a very preliminary report on some of the results, and I will be reporting further as things progress, because we're all kinds of cool things happening. I mean, attendance was a little bit down, and actually the attendees have been kind of, I won't say dumbed down, but kind of, it's not all the just filled with non-stop sharp marketing minded attendees, entrepreneurs like it used to be. Now it's more of a general small business conference, or I'm kind of confused about who they're looking to attract or looking to do. But however, regardless of how many at the event, what percentage were, just typical business owners not very smart or even interested in marketing at all, there were still plenty that were, and plenty enough to make great connections with, start great relationships with, build further on relationships you already have, opportunities coming from it. So, people that know me know I'm extremely positive, always looking at the glasses half full or completely full, and we're looking to the future. And so I don't pay a lot of attention to the riffraff at any events, or who there isn't to do a deal with, or who isn't a prospect for me, or who isn't somebody that might amount to something someday, somebody I want to get to know or work with. I look at all the people that are. And so even though there's also, of course, attendance is down from the number and the quality of all the sharp people that were once coming, and it's partially because of the riffraff, or the regular non-marketing minded business owners that appear at a general conference. Again, there's still plenty, and so opportunities abounded, and I'll be following up on in the future. But man, I had people coming up to me, oh man, I remember when you spoke here, and I remember you 10 years ago on a stage here, and this, oh, and I love your video. I love your videos so much. They're great. They're funny. I love your podcast. Oh, your magazine, this, that, whatever. And then, I'm taking photos with people, and they're, gee, I want to be on the cover of the magazine. When am I going to be on the cover? When am I? So you'll see all kinds of photos from here at Icon in future issues of my magazine, which you can go to stevesipress.com/magazine, and you can see all the 4 or 5 years worth of issues that are on there. Everett Farnell, how are you, man? Great to see you. Faith, great to see you here. And so basically it was a fantastic conference. And I had people coming up to me, including people that were sponsors way back in my very first InfusionCon in 2009. People who were running these companies on these events coming up and saying, how you doing? I heard you were here. Got to come and see you. So it was a lot of fun. And lots of people asking, gee, what are you up to now? What are you doing? And the one very cool one, guy comes up to me while I was eating lunch or whatever. I'm pretty sure, because I was sitting at a table, and otherwise I wasn't sitting for 3 days pretty much, unless it was the few minutes I'm eating something. And I loved one. I went to sit down at a table. I saw I won't say the name, but a very prominent, really super sharp marketer. And I said, hey, mind if I sit? He was talking to somebody. I'm like, mind if I sit here? And he's like, well, actually, yes. We're having a private, high-level conversation here about a partnership or whatever. And I'm like, fantastic reason. See, I don't take that as a negative at all. I love to see people making money. So I'm like, fantastic. Not to mention, that's just my style of person. No BS, right to the point. He could have, I don't know, your typical. I know. Yeah, mind. Got to go. See ya. So there I was sitting down at the next table. Okay, anyway, the guy comes up to me and he says, oh, so Steve, what's your plan to make $1 million in the next 60 days? And I'm like, don't have one. He's like, no, really, what are you going to do in the next 60 days to bring in $1 million? I'm like, I'm not. I don't think I'm going to bring in $1 million in the next 60 days. And I'm like, why? What's your plan to make $1 million in 60 days? Well, I should have realized, it was that was the deal. That's how he was coming towards me, because he did have a plan to make $1 million in the next 60 days. And if he fails wildly and only makes $1 million in the next 90 or 120 or a year or 2 years, would that be so bad? So, very cool. I guess he wasn't expecting the answer of like, just like, yeah, no, nothing. He was expecting me to go like, gee, I love it. What do you got? Or something. But anyway, so he was like, well, here's the plan. I'm teaming up with this person, that person, these sharp marketing. We got all these materials, this, that. We got the market. I got 31,000 on the list they're going to pay 10,000 a month for this, that, because they already pay 15 or 18 to competitors. And so we're going to put this together, that. And I need you to be coaching them through the program. So I need you to be a part of this. And I was like, sounds cool. Great. I mean, I'm not saying yes or no at a conference. I'm just open to possibilities and opportunities. I said, great. Let me know more about it and follow up with me and blah, blah, blah. So that was just one of what I put here as the title of this is 9 things I loved about Icon Tim Johnson. There's another reason I loved it. There's Tim Johnson in person. Now, I have to say this, to see Tim Johnson in person at an event, not a rare sight. Anywhere there's an excellent event with excellent people, and actually a lot of them that aren't so excellent, Tim is there, because Tim is the king of connections. Tim is the king of connections. So if you think I'm talking here about connecting with people, oh my goodness, Tim probably connected with more people and got more opportunities in the first hour of the event than I've gotten the whole 9 years I've been going to the thing. But anyway, I digress. So I will just leave you with this. The 9 things I loved were 9 solid opportunities. Some smaller, hey, thanks for that. Some smaller, some larger, some might pan out, some might mean nothing. But if only 3 of them pan out to be something, pretty cool. Worth, $249 to attend an event, to have 9 opportunities to make thousands and thousands, and this guy wants to make $1 million in 60 days, and those kind of opportunities. And I was saying to my beautiful wife Michelle on the way home, because we went there together and hung out, and she's seeing people and I'm helping people and this and that. And I was saying, for the cost of airfare, hotel, gas, I mean, these are not, all these people could have emailed me. They could have face messaged me and said, oh, I got a great opportunity. I'm like, but in person, and I guess I'm beating a dead horse. If you see my videos the last few days, these happen in person. People come up in person and going, hey, I want to work with you. Hey, I want you to, can you please, I want to give you a free thing of my software so you can try it out and use it, because if it works, you're going to recommend it to all these people and to this and that, and man, the thing's killing it. And it can just convince me, one after the other of these booths, they're all convinced me my thing is great, and my thing integrates with whatever, and mine automatically takes this and does this. And I'm like, I'm no techie, I don't know. Hey, thanks, who's that? Thank you very much. But I'm like, I do know that I'll get in there, and okay, I'll get in there, mess with it. He goes, no, don't you get in there, mess with it. I'll help you. Just give me a call, and I will help you set it up and see what's going on. I'm like, well, of course. So he knows me. Technology. I can barely do this. Talking to a camera on a microphone on a laptop for a video or whatever. So very cool. And so those are very cool opportunities, because not only if I get these things or even just figure out how it might work for me, but I'm always thinking, how's this going to work for my clients? Tim Johnson there, filling rooms all over the place. And the next event is coming up the end of July at Harvard University with Clint Arthur, who gets people all over TV, radio. I mean, he's the best at it. And Tim does all kinds of behind the scenes stuff and man, makes things happen. And just a fantastic partnership there. Like, if you want to find out more about that, Tim Johnson, get in touch with me, or get him, or get in touch with me and say, how do I find out more about that Harvard thing with Clint, or whoever you said, or I don't know what. Just get in touch with me. I'll put you in touch with anyone you want. Anything that might help you out, as always, let me know. Everett couldn't be there in person, but he's one of the world's top copywriters for business owners or business people who need help with your messaging, getting your point across. So, these are the people that you see at these conferences, and don't think that these conversations and opportunities are just moseying in a text message. I mean, they might once in a while, but you don't get inundated with them. And by the way, those 9 those are the 9 I have simmering on the fire. Those are the irons in the fire. Those are not all the ones I was like, yeah, what, and walked away. And by the way, again, I'm known as Straight Talk Steve, no BS. I have no tact. I have no spin. I have no PC, politically correct. There's nonsense. When I walk away, I mean, I walk away. Like, guy was like, hoo-ha, this, that, whatever, and I walked away. And I just heard behind me, like, there was somebody at a booth that introduced us. Said, oh, here's Steve. You wanted to talk to him. Here he is. Oh, yeah, I got it, whatever. And I just kind of, I just kind of laughed. And, yeah, sure. And I walked away. And I just heard behind me something about like, no, he walked away. Like, I walked away. Like, so I'm not talking about 100 opportunities that I got approached with. I'm talking about the nine that seem really cool. I'm totally excited about. And now the follow up, the game begins. The only reason to host an event, attend an event, or do anything is for the follow up. It gives you a reason to now follow up and say, let's talk more and what's going on. And you said a few things were new. What is it? And so I'll, obviously, I say obviously, but I'll give them this weekend. I will not be bombarding them yesterday. A lot of people are staying an extra day or two or whatever. Like, and then they'll have to follow up with this with their business and the leads they got or the something. But next week, that's when I'm going to start following up these opportunities. And again, will all 9 happen and be home runs and big winners? Boy, I'd love it. I was going to say I don't think so because I don't think so, but I don't see why not. All 9 are great. If only 1 comes out, that's awesome. If 3 come out, which I think is about a good number, 3 out of 9, be awesome. So all kinds of great things and all kinds of other reasons, but I've gone over that the last 2 days. I am now going to relax, go have dinner, watch a movie with my beautiful wife Michelle, and just kind of decompress for just a little bit because tomorrow, oh my goodness, I am totally booked, lined. I just glanced at my calendar. I'm like, oh yeah, right. I am totally booked solid like you wouldn't believe tomorrow with calls because I just had 3 solid days of not having calls. So tomorrow's going to be, and Saturday, 2 days of just total craziness, which is going to be awesome and cool and fun because, again, I'm helping people out. And what's your problem? Let's come up with a solution and what opportunity you got. And should we talk more or should we just walk away and click and hang up? And like, it's going to be 2 more totally exciting days. So the excitement really begins when the event ends. That, I guess I'll just finish it off with that, with my 3 or 4 days here about talking about how you approach and how you attend an event. And the bottom line is, as exciting as you think the event is, and you're clapping, you're cheering, that was a great speaker, and you're taking notes, and you're meeting people, nothing really begins till the event ends. Now the game is on. Now I follow up. Now we'll see who is for real. Now we'll see which Pearson's software actually does work and which gizmo is the best to help people do this and whatever. And now it really begins. So I am totally excited and raring to go. And I hope you are too, whether or not you were at the event. And with that, we'll call it a day for today's Facebook Live video. I got to thank Faith, Everett, Tim Johnson, my brother, for being here on the video, and so many more people that made the last 3 days fantastic and will make the future even better. So that's it for today's video. And the game is, in fact, as Everett Farnell says, afoot, my friend. Not only is it a foot, it's a hand, it's a face, it's a bald head. The game is everything. The game is on. So let's do it, as Bluto said, in Animal House. Greatest movie of all time, by the way. If you haven't seen that at least 100 times, got to go back and watch it, okay? Because it isn't over till we say it is. And right now it's over for today. I'll be back again tomorrow with another great Facebook Live video, or maybe a crappy one, but I hope you'll be with me. See you then.